this is, do you have a business manager with Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And how are you running the ads currently? Is it with their ad accounts or your own?
Yeah, right now, basically, a lot of the guys I'm working with, like, I basically make them their Facebook page, and then from there, I just make an ad account for that Facebook page. So technically, it's still my ad account, but there also are a few who also have their own ad accounts that I manage.
Okay, is it okay? I'm just gonna tell you the optimal structure, okay?
All
I'm
right.
gonna tell you the optimal structure. This is how it should, this is what we want to be able to do. So hold on. So basically, this is what we want to do. All right. So the way we want to structure it is, and this is how we have it structured. We've tried so many things, like literally we've tried every structure, partnering, this, that, like, agency ad accounts, all these different things. And, this is the best structure. So usually your BM, okay, so this is like one business manager. Your business manager can hold, let's just say up to 100 ad accounts. And this is after you're getting promoted to own 100 ad accounts. You can't just get it right away. Usually it's like 15 to 25 right away. And then you have to request more and more and more up to 100 and justify why you need more. So you just tell them I have more clients. But basically how it works is the business manager, the ad account will sit in the business manager. Inside this ad account, okay, so this is ad account. Whenever you bring on a new client, what you're doing is all you're getting them to do is to fill, let's just say this is a form, fill this form. Once they fill this form, it's going to collect their payment method. Okay, so that's all the client has to do. We're going to get the payment method and attach it to the ad account. Okay. And this is your business manager, right? So theoretically, and let me ask you something, Ryan, are you niched?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only doing home improvement. Yeah.
Okay, right on. Perfect. So even better. So this is the most deadly structure that you could ever have if you're a niched agency. And if you're not structured this way as a niched agency, then you need to fix that. So it's your business manager. You're going to want control over it. And I'm going to tell you why it actually becomes a selling point. You're going to see why. So they fill this form. So instead of this whole annoying process, oh, give me your ad account, give me your it takes forever for some clients. They don't even get started for weeks, sometimes, because they don't really understand. Whereas filling this form is very easy. You grab the payment method, attach it to your ad account, ad account's ready because you're going to use your own pages. So home improvement page 1, okay? You're going to have home improvement page 1, home improvement page 2, and home improvement page 3. You're going to have your own pages. So you can call it like happy renovations or like whatever you want. Doesn't matter, but these are your pages. Okay. You don't need the client's shitty page. Sometimes the client will have a nice page. 99% of the time, the client's pages are shit. That's why they're hiring you, right? Like otherwise they would have nice pages and they would be doing their ads properly and whatnot. But like 99% of the time, you're not going to have nice pages. So you need your own pages, make them nice, they're yours, right? The more you make these pages dope, the better your ad accounts or many ad accounts that you're going to use. Because how it works is with pages and ad accounts, you can attach as many ad accounts as you want to these exact pages. Like you could be running 50 ad accounts with 50 different payment methods, okay, but all running through these pages. Okay, so these pages must be nice. Like try to get some reviews on the pages, try to like beef up the cover photo, like the display, add some posts on there, like make it a legit page. You know what I mean? Try your best, basically. And then essentially you're going to have an ad account that's running your client's payment method. what you need to do is you need to set a spending cap. Set up spending cap. Okay. And this is whatever you guys agree to monthly. If you close the client at, let's just say, $1,000 a month in ad spend, you're gonna set that as a cap on the ad account in terms of the amount that it will spend. It's not going to spend more than that. You need to make sure. So after you do that, it's never going to spend more than the agreed amount. This way, the client, you can even tell the client it's better for you to use your payment method because you're going to rack up travel points and whatnot. But the ultimate way to do this is now that you are using my ad accounts, I can actually go like this and create and use my own pixel. Okay, and this is where things get deadly. I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me go to... Okay. All right, this is what you need. Okay, so basically you have to, once you have one pixel, okay, and we're not basically this, I'm not gonna open it up, but basically once you have a pixel, okay, the pixel can be added like this, right? So there's something called an FB or Facebook add to custom audience, and then remove from custom audience, and then conversion API. So you want to use this one, the Facebook conversion API. Okay. You want to grab it and you want to just drag it here, just like I did. Okay. And you're going to log in on your pixel and you're going to connect your pixel to your snapshot. Okay. So this is to your snapshot. And once you do it to your snapshot, every single time you create a home renovation account using that snapshot, it's going to already have this workflow pre-built and pre-published inside each and every client account, such that any new lead that's created, okay, because you're also going to connect their lead form, any new lead that's created gets automatically included into the conversion API audience into your pixel. And then you create the opportunity onto their pipeline, in their respective account. So you can structure it this way, but either way, you need some kind of feedback loop. Whether you create the opportunity and do that some other way, that's fine, through Zapier. I don't know. It doesn't matter how you do it, but this needs to be pinged, the Facebook conversion API. And the reason why is because now, if every single client that you're working with, if every single one of them, you're using your own pixel, you're using that same home renovation pixel, right? Because naturally it's already going to be used. You don't even have to do anything. Like, you literally don't even have to install the pixel. It's already going to be hitting that pixel through this conversion API workflow. It will already hit the pixel every single time, no matter what, without even you setting up the pixel at all. And then as well, like, for example, if I go to forms, even, let's just say I go to like surveys, actually, right? I'll click on a random survey, and let's just say that I want to go to options here. There's actually a Facebook pixel that I can put inside my form, which is already in my snapshot as well, so that when I create the new account, it's going to feed this particular pixel, right? So the whole point of this is to feed your pixel as much as possible. And you want to be the owner of the pixel that's being fed, because especially if you're having trouble with client delivery, it's because you're not building up your own pixel and you're not relying on the benefits of running Facebook ads. The whole point of running Facebook ads is not to like target interests, right? And target the basic shit that everyone else has access to targeting, right? You don't want to be doing that. You want to be using your own audiences. And how does that work? Essentially how that works is you have, if I go here and I type in, let's just say this is, we're going to say custom audience. Okay. So you could target this audience directly, right? So let's just say through all your clients, let's just say you have, 20 clients, 30 clients, all of them are getting 100 leads a month. That's 2,000 to 3,000 people hitting this pixel every single month across all your clients. And that's within your custom audience. But you will also have something called a lookalike audience. And this is where you're now taking Facebook to another level. So this is where you are relying on Facebook's algorithm and abilities to replicate the data points, right? To replicate the data points of your pixel data. So a lookalike audience will see, okay, based on all the data that I'm tracking from all these different people, right, that came in, based on all that tracking, I want to know, right, how many people are coming in per day, as an example, coming into my pixel, right? This lookalike audience will replicate those people that come into the pixel, and and Facebook will find us people that have similar data points to the people that are collected in my pixel. So now Facebook is not only just targeting your custom audience, which is this option here. It's not just targeting this, which is the collected people, but it's also using its algorithm to find you more people that are similar to the people we've already collected. So there's two audiences that come along with your pixel. Now, Ryan, when you talk to your clients, okay, you can just even explain this concept to them and say, look, the reason why you could run your ads on your own, right? But the reason why your ads will never beat my ads is because I have a pixel tracked with over 300,000 home renovation leads. And the fact is, I actually do have a pixel that has 300,000 contractor / renovation leads. And the reality is like, in terms of signing up a client, it's like, look, my ad campaigns will naturally have a lower CPL and will naturally have a higher sales intent for all the leads that I generate because of this structure. That's if I have the pixel. Like some clients that I work with, I don't necessarily have a pixel for their niche, right? So the point is like, if you can just like structure it like this, first of all, the reason why it's beneficial is because one, the clients get better results, okay? Because the results are just better. Two, you own this asset. The pixel is yours. You can leverage it at any time. Every time you bring on a new client, just run a new campaign targeting a lookalike of your pixel data. And essentially, you're just targeting for that new city. Let's just say they're in New Jersey. Okay, perfect. Add New Jersey. Use my lookalike to target New Jersey. Boom. You own all the ad accounts. And then you own these pages, these pages are your assets. So you can like continuously beef them up. And your BM is the one getting the juice from Facebook. So you're going to get like a personal Facebook rep because you're the one in your ad account is the one that's spending the money. So Facebook's going to like start favoring you and like start, trying to like butter you up and whatnot. Now, the other thing that I want to explain, and this is, what did I miss here? I missed the fact that you guys, let's get to 100 ad accounts. Okay, use your pixel. There's one more thing that I'm missing here. Okay, if it comes to me, I'll let you know. But yeah, for the most part, this is how you should be structuring your campaigns. And yeah, oh, sorry, here it is. Here's the last thing that I wanted to mention, and this is just across the board. We're going to put it at the top. Make sure you preload your client's ad spend up front. This is like, I can't even tell you how important that is. Okay.
Yeah, because right now they're basically like I'm paying it out of pocket and then they pay me, which is really annoying because like my business account like dips so much in like just like cash and then it like kind of bounces back. But like those times it gets really annoying when I need to make big buys.
Yeah.
And also I had a few questions as well. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like the thing is, normally Facebook, when you create a new ad account, it bills you in arrears, which means your ads need to be alive. And then once they're live for a period of time, essentially you owe Facebook money for that, for those CPMs, for the, basically buying the views that you're getting, right? So like they bill you after your ads are live. Whereas what I'm telling you to do here is not set up the traditional structure, because you can only create an ad account once. You can't change an ad. There's two types of ad accounts. There's the normal ad accounts that are the arrears ad accounts, which are basically like your ads are live and then you get billed, which you don't want. You want the preloaded spend ad accounts. And so when you create a new ad account, just make sure you select preloaded. There's articles online about it. And basically the preloaded spend is what you want, because let's just say you agree to $1,000. You could either set a spending cap of $1,000, but let's just say there was a balance on, let's just say the client churned, you're no longer working with that client, and there's a balance of $250 in ad spend in arrears on the account. So, you know, let's say the payment method isn't working. So now it's your ad account. So you have to pay that balance. But Facebook's not going to like when any of your ad accounts have balances. So basically, you know, you have to use a preloaded ad account in order to avoid that. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, so in terms of the lead forms, because right now I have like custom branded landing pages for all my clients that I make, but do you just do like lead forms?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. Yeah, for the most part, yes. Lead forms are usually the way to go. Like it's just in my opinion, it's less friction to sign up. So you'll get more volume, you get more signups. Now the problem is you need to have the proper follow-up systems in the back end. So what happens when, like, for your lead form campaigns, what are you doing next?
Well, right now it's like SMS follow-ups, email follow-ups, and then direct calls. But the thing is, I don't have anyone like hired to do that, so it's literally just me. As soon as I see the lead submission, I go and call the lead for them.
Okay, so how many clients do you have right now?
Okay, I'd say I have like 3 solid ones. Like the rest, kind of, I just told them to fuck off because they weren't like working with me. So yeah, I have 3 right now. One's established, as in I've gotten him like 50 leads up until now, and then one I just started with, I've gotten him like 4 or 5 leads, but it's not looking good in terms of like the trajectory of like the ad spend and how many leads are generated. And then I have one other one who's like currently in learning phase for the ads.
Okay, right on. Well, that's good stuff. And then what have you found to work the best with your, like, first of all, is it structured like you're using their assets or your own?
Basically, like none of them really had like Facebook ads and all that stuff set up. So I just went ahead and created pages for them, ad accounts for them, but it's still individual. So I still have like a page for them, an ad account for them that I'm
Yeah,
managing, but
Facebook's
it's
not
not.
gonna like that. Facebook's not gonna like if you have, like, for example, you're creating like 30 plus pages, right? Or like 20 plus pages, or like, so basically you just want to have like 3 pages to 4 pages that you're using. Don't like create a new page per client. I would stray away from that. Tell your clients, look, like, I don't run it from your brand, straight up. Like, just let them know, like, there's no harm to you. And the reason why they're gonna like that is because there's no risk, right? For them. Think about it. Like, I don't run these ads or do anything from your branding because, first of all, I don't like first of all, I'm using much more mature pages. You don't need to tell them which pages you're using, right? I'm using better pages, right? And you know, I'm using my own pixel and my own ad accounts. So, you know, I don't necessarily need to use your pages. And then as well, Facebook's actually going to start flagging you, Ryan, if you have like a lot of client pages, that because Facebook looks at a page as almost like it's a business, like, you know. So you can have multiple, but once you start getting into a lot of your own that are created under the same DM, they start looking at like what's going on, basically. So
So how do I go ahead and like switch over to this model? Because like these 2 new clients that I have, like if it would be great if I
bro,
could like.
I'll literally tell you the steps are, it's insanely, this is probably, you guys are going to be so shocked because all of your normal processes get completely destroyed by this strategy. And I'll tell you why, because all you need to do is create a form. Okay, you can use Monday forms, you can use Google forms, you can use Jot forms, you can use, you know, whatever form, GHL forms, doesn't matter. Just use a simple form that collects all of a normal credit card detail, right? So like literally just like the form could say at the top, you know, hey, this is for your Facebook payment method. You know, fill the form below, you know, and it just says like all the things that a normal billing, you know, questionnaire would ask, like, you know, address, card number, expiry date, CVV or whatever. The whole thing gets collected in this one form. Okay. And all you need to do is connect this one form into like, let's say a Monday board, or like, I don't know, into like a GHL pipeline, however you want to structure it. But every time a new form comes in, you guys should have it stored like securely, and only you should have access to it. And like no members of your team, unless it's like an ad buyer that like, has a contract with you and whatnot. Like very few people should have access to that, form, the submissions. But essentially you then get the credit card, and then you actually go ahead and attach that credit card to one of your own internal ad accounts. So you already have your pages loaded up in there. So all you need to do is create some pages. You just need to create this pixel strategy. I think that's one of the only thing that's missing, but realistically, the setup is not crazy. You just need the payment method from the client, and you can figure that out. Just build a form that collects the payment method easily and securely. And then you just create a new ad account. So if you like, so you can just go to your business manager and click create new ad accounts. Or, if you have an existing ad account, you need to repurpose that ad account for a new client. Sometimes that will happen as well, right? Let's say you like, because they're only going to give you, you're not just going to get 100 ad accounts right out the gate. You're going to need to build your rapport with Facebook and spend more within your BM, like on the 25 ad accounts they give you, right? And then after that, after you hit 25, just say, hey, make sure all of them are preloaded, so you have none in arrears that are like overdue. And essentially just go ahead and request new ad accounts from Facebook support. They're going to grant them to you. And then you basically want to get to 100 ad accounts. Once you get to 100 ad accounts, you realistically don't need more, because you'll be repurposing existing ones for newer clients. You realistically don't need more. But you can get to like 150, 200. I have some of my friends' BMs are like 2,500 ad accounts. But you don't really need any of that, in my opinion, for what we're trying to do here. So you can get there. It's all about rapport with Facebook. The more you spend in your BM, the better it is. But so in terms of answering your question, how do you migrate to this model? Well, migrating to this model includes you building a form that collects the credit card details, and essentially just creating a new ad account for each client. And then migrating will also include you beefing up some pages, making some posts, on a couple different branded pages for your niche, setting up your pixel, and then setting it up with your snapshots such that each time you create a new account, it's feeding your pixel. Make sense?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to like my existing clients, like should I just like use the pixel from the one that has the best performance and then just use that pixel for the other guys ad account?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's you got it, man. That's how we did it. Exactly. So you just find the best pixel across all your clients where it's in your BM, and you're the owner. Make sure you're the owner of the pixel. And if you're the owner of the pixel, then yeah, exactly. You just want to use that one and just rename it to home renovation pixel. And essentially use it, or whatever your niche is, right? If you're doing like something else, like rename it to that. And then every single time your clients are spending, your pixel is getting better. Your targeting as an agency is getting stronger with each client that you onboard and with each dollar of spend that starts to occur.
Yeah. And these ads, like you're basically just branding them under the same like branding as like the pages, right?
Yeah, you could, but you don't even have to. Like my designer, I have like a designer that will just drop designs into my Slack channels and whatnot. So you can structure it however you want. Like, I mean, you can keep them branded, you can keep them unbranded, but yeah, like, look, you can keep them branded. I think keeping them branded is never a bad call, but
As in like with the client's brand, that is.
no, I don't use the client's brand. I don't think it doesn't matter with Facebook ads. It doesn't matter like it doesn't matter what like the brand necessarily is. It's more of like, hey, what what are they signing up for, and like how fast and how strong is the back end follow up around it, right?
Yeah, I just didn't want like a lead to like press on some ad, and then they like submit a form, we follow up with them, and then they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, I didn't trust your ad or something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, makes sense. And then so what are you doing now? You're just doing like lead form and then what?
I mean, right now it's like each client has like a custom, like I make custom ads for them that have like their logo, colors, and all that stuff, and then it
Yeah,
just goes to
bro.
like their own
Get
custom
away
landing
from
page as
that
well.
model. Get away from that model. I'll tell you that straight up. Because look, if you're on this model, okay, first of all, your campaigns perform better. I'm going to make that super clear. You're going to get better results for your clients, okay, especially if you're a niche agency. Number two, the other thing is it's not an art project, right? Like, we're not trying to make this an art project. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get you the leads and the outcome, which is like your ROI and your return on your investments. You know what I mean? Like, nothing to do with an art project. And like, look, I got stuck in this hamster wheel once upon a time, you know, where we had hundreds of custom added ad projects and custom whatever, everything. I felt like I was running an art studio, you know, where I'm like getting approval from clients. Like, hey, can I run this ad on your behalf? It's like, why the hell are you even fucking hiring me in the first place if I have to come back to you and ask you if these are okay? You know what I mean? And the guy doesn't even know shit about advertising 99% of the time. And I have to rely on his approval to like make sure that this campaign does well. Like, absolutely not. And this is not an art project. So that's why I said, okay, you know what? I don't need, because when the clients step in and they start giving you their approvals and you start doing custom work on their behalf, that's when the shit starts to stop working, because they start to tell you, hey, don't say this, or hey, say this instead, or hey, blah, blah, blah. And it takes away from the whole purpose of the campaign, right? Which is not, we're not here, we need to be creating 10 new creatives a week. You know what I mean? Like every week we need to be producing new creatives. And it's like, if we're going to be getting your opinion every like week and have to like adjust things, that's just going to slow everything down, makes the whole thing not worth it. You know what I mean? So the point is make sure you like make sure you say that to your clients, and make sure you don't structure it that way, because then you're going to need to pay for like 2 designers at a time, you know, 3 designers at a time. With this structure, you can have a part-time designer. Like, get rid of the art project. So here's what we're going to do with that.
And what kind of like offers are you running? Because like right now, I just have like a percentage based, like 20% off like your renovation installation costs. But like some clients don't like that I do that. So how are you, like, what is your like catch in the ad to get these leads to click?
Yeah, well, we could discuss some of that in a minute. So art project gets removed, okay? And what you start doing is you start leveraging one designer. So you're only going to have one part-time designer. And this person is going to design for you. And essentially it's going to be, let's just say like 1 hour a day, 1 to 2 hours a day. So very cheap. And the reason why you can set it up this way is because they're creating blanket creatives. So they're producing creatives on behalf of these 3 pages, right? So blanket creatives, and you give them weekly deadlines. I need 25 new creatives on this day every week, right? On Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. I expect to see 25 different creatives. Here's the offers. Give them like 8 to 10 different offers they can like pull from, and they produce those creatives on behalf of these 3 pages, which is ultimately fed to you every single week. And you just have to make sure you're relaunching those new creatives all the time. And then this ad account gets a low CPL. Your clients start to produce better results. Your pixel is getting fed nicer. And like, it's a win. If you structure it this way, it's also a win-win for your clients, because look, why would I want to spend money in your ad account? I don't gain anything from that. This way, I want a lower CPL. Just like you want a lower CPL, the client wants a lower CPL, wants like to spend less per lead, right? I'm in the same boat. I want a lower CPL, because the lower I get the CPL, the more people are entering my pixel for the constrained spend.
that my client has. Like if my client has $1,000 a month, then $1,000 a month divided by, let's just say, $10 a lead, right? That's 100 leads, right? But let's just say the CPL was not $10 a lead, it was $5 a lead. Instead of 100 leads, it's 200 people now. 200 leads. Let's just say that the CPL was $3 a lead, right? Now it's 333 people, right? And the lower I get the CPL, the more leads are entering my pixel. So when you discuss that with the client, you have that win-win alignment. You know what I mean? And no art project. Okay. So yeah, just make sure you don't structure it that way. But yeah, in terms of hold on 1 second. So yeah, so what was your question?
I mean, it's just basically how you like structure your campaigns, like the ads, the offers, the ad copy. Like I'm still pretty like new in terms of like the actual ads themselves. So that is sort of also like a bottleneck in terms of my performance for my clients.
Yeah, in terms of structuring ads, this is what I would normally do if I were you. And this is like just normal ad running. So start with this. There's more advanced stuff, of course, but start with this structure. Okay, so you're gonna have ad accounts. And create campaign. Set. Yeah. This is the traditional method. So basically what you want in terms of campaigns, you want 2 of these. Okay. In terms of ad sets, you're gonna want roughly 5 to 8 ad sets. And then in terms of ads, you're gonna want anywhere between 5 and 8 ads.
Wait, so is that 1 ad per ad set or 5 to 8 ads per ad set?
5 to 8 ads. No, 5 to 8 ads. You're gonna make them blanket. So do you know what dynamic creative is in Facebook?
Seems familiar, but I can't think of exactly what it is.
So like whenever you launch an ad, you can just launch an ad. You can just launch an ad with multiple pictures. Just instead of uploading 1 picture or 2 pictures, you can add like up to 10. And Facebook will run, and as well, instead of running. So in terms of your ads, like let's talk about like just the structure of these. Okay, so you're gonna run 5 to 8 ads. What I mean by this is you're gonna have 5 to 8 different creative added to the same ad. So it's basically the 1 ad with 5 to 8 different creatives. And then you also have 5 to 8 different top text ad copy. And then you have 5 to 8 different headlines. Right? So Facebook lets you split test actually. And when it comes to creating the ad, in terms of like the actual ad itself, like how it would look in the business manager, is there's actually only 1 ad. 1 ad. Okay, so it's 1 ad. And then rolling up to that 1 ad is 5 to 8 versions. Does that make sense? So, and these versions are all just created in that 1 ad. Like when you're creating that 1 ad, it's going to ask you to put the text. It's going to ask you to put the images. It's going to ask you to put the headline, right? You just click plus, and then it'll let you add another headline. It'll let you add another top text. It'll let you add another creative. You just keep clicking plus until you maximize it. Get as many headlines in there, whatever, top texts, and then creatives, and then it's all within the one ad that's sitting in the 5 to 8 different ad sets. Now, these 5 to 8 different ad sets, you're structuring these with one interest per ad set. Okay, so basically, you don't need to do anything else other than, you know, one interest per ad set. So figure out your interests. And there's a couple ways you can have interests. Interests can be complementary. So like someone is most likely to have an interest in this because they have an interest in this. That's called complementary. Then there's also competitor, right? Someone is more likely to like, you know, let's just say my weight loss program if they already like, let's just say Jenny Craig or like Dr. Oz or like something like that, a competitor, right? So that's another way to define interest. Another way is to just do behavior, right? So like if you're, let's just say if you're like a, you know, if I'm trying to target, you know, like let's just say a teller that works at a bank, I have a product that's specifically for tellers. Like I'm gonna want to you know, figure out, you know, what are they in, what is their behavior? Are they interested in like personal finance? Are they interested in like real estate? Most likely, right? Are they interested in the bank pages, right? So which is also brands. So you can do interests based on brands. There's a lot of things you can do, but really your interest selection should be one interest per ad set. So one campaign, you're going to have your cold traffic campaign and you're going to have your retargeting campaign. So the cold traffic campaign and then the retargeting campaign. This cold traffic campaign is the one that's going to have the 5 to 8 ad sets. The retargeting campaign is not. It's just going to have the one ad set of the people who have, you know, previous years retargeting people that have either visited your website or, you know, watched a video or done whatever. So those people, it's just one audience, and you're going to hit them with another version. It's not going to be the same. You can do the same ad as well if they haven't signed up yet. But if the ones that have signed up, you want to start sending them like testimonials and other things like that. So with these two structures, you're going to have the campaigns looking like this. The ad sets basically looking with one interest per ad set. And then in each ad set, you're going to have the same exact ad. Okay. So in each ad set, and you're going to have 5 to 8 different ad sets, you're going to have this exact one ad inside it that has 5 to 8 versions of the one ad. So it's technically 5 ads. It's actually technically like they could use one headline with one different ad top text with one different creative, and there's like so many different versions of that. Technically hundreds of ads, but you're letting Facebook figure out what the best combinations are, and deliver you know, the lowest CPL this way. So this is how I would structure it. You know, Facebook has this thing, you know, called, you know, CBO, or, you know, advantage, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But basically, I would select that. This is just a beginner Facebook ad structure. I would select the advantage. So let it optimize on an ad set level. So it's going to be spending the daily budget on the campaign level. And then based on whichever ad sets perform the best, the ones that perform the best are going to get more of that campaign level spend. So it'll distribute the budget to the ad sets that perform the best with the lowest CPL and the best, you know, results. And that's just a structure that you can do on the front end to then get your pixel filled up. Because once your pixel is filled up, then you're no longer doing this shit. Like, this is what everyone everyone has the same access as you, but when doing this, the sooner you have to do this in order to get to this, right? But once you have enough people in here, like setting up a new client is as simple as getting their payment method,
filled, using an ad account, an existing one that you have, or creating a new one in your VM, but then attaching your pixel and launching the campaign. Simple as that. So just those two. Very simple structure. This here is you need to be more on top of it, right? You're going to be running different ad sets, shutting them off, but if you want to expand into new interests, right, you have to create a new ad set per interest, and test the interests using campaign budget optimization, CBO or Advantage. It will spend across the ad sets that are best. And what is that isolating for? That's isolating for the best interest, because we have one interest per ad set. So the ad set that gets the most spend is ultimately the best interest. But you should also be doing, on top of this one interest per ad set, you should also just be launching a broad one, just a broad ad set on top of all your interest level stuff. You should just do one broad ad set as well. So that's like no interest, just like location. So for example, LA, open age, so like 18 to 65 plus, open gender, all genders, no interest selected, just location and broad. And you want to launch that with your one interest ad sets. And so I would say like maybe do 7 one interest, and then do the 8th one will be abroad. Launch that together, and you should 92.7% of the time have a very, very successful campaign with a low CPO. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. And just like for the offers and the ads, like what are some examples that you've run for like this niche before?
Well, let me ask you something. Are you aware of Facebook ad library?
Yeah.
Okay. How often are you looking at that?
Could be looking more often.
No, but like currently, like how often are you looking at that?
As in like the ones of like the public other companies that are doing that?
Yeah, just in general, like just how
once every few weeks probably.
Okay, well that definitely must change, okay? Must change, all right? So Facebook ad library, let's do it up right now. Every 2 days, at least every 2 days, you must come here. This is at the minimum every 2 days. Come here. You're never going to ask yourself, what offer should I run? Okay, so what niche are you in? Home renovation?
Yeah.
Okay, literally just type in home renovation, enter. Okay. There are a total of 11,000 ads for you to go through. Okay. And you should be able to see, like some of them are going to be in, like, see, for example, look at this one, right? Home renovation center, 44 likes on it. It's an Australian company. Basically, this is what they're saying. Okay. Whether you're redesigning your kitchen, bathroom, whatever, here's what we got. And they're just using this dynamic cards. So you can try this catalog ads. In terms of offers, you can say like, some of these are Chinese. Let's go with the United States. All right, 4,200. So you can see like what your competitors are doing. 99% of the time, you're seeing how shitty this stuff is. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. But you should definitely be going through this exercise and seeing if there's any new offers that get launched in your niche. So this is another way they're doing it. They're just asking a question. It's like a call out. So you can try that, split test that. But like as well, you should also just think of your own offers. So like what offers could work, right? Let's brainstorm some right now. Like what can you offer your client? What can you how can you get someone?
Well,
If I
one
were
that I
to
was
tell you,
running,
if I were to tell you, I'm gonna put a gun to your head right now, and you have to give me 3 ways that you can market a renovation project, how would you do it?
I mean, one of them would probably be a percentage off the renovation installation cost. Another would be like $1,000 cash back off your job, and then what's the third one's not coming to me. I don't know. You could just say like gift card on like next, I don't know, like $5,000 off your next job. But that one's probably not very good. But I don't know. First thing that came to my head.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, I mean, it's not definitely not bad, right? Like these are some offers, right? Theoretically, you can run with your ads to get people interested, right? But you have to think about it like this, right? Like what, like there's really, in terms of offers, there's a couple things you need to look out for, okay? And this will make you good at any niche. Like you can come up with offers with any niche. So benefits, you have pain points, okay? And if you can just map out some benefits. So tell me some benefits. Right now you said discount is a benefit, and like price is a good thing, but like there's so many other things, right? Like what other benefits does the system offer? Your renovation, what is it going to offer them?
I mean, I understand like increased home value. Like we can talk
Okay.
about like, oh, like family owned, veteran owned, all that stuff. Like 40 years experience. There's a lot of things you could say.
No. What are the benefits to the client who's
Oh,
getting
I see. I see.
renovation? Yeah.
I don't know, just like a more comfortable home that you enjoy being in. Um,
Okay.
I mean, it's just like in terms of like what they're gaining from it, or like also the benefits like, of the renovation. I mean, because you can talk
Yeah.
about like,
Benefit. Yeah. What are they gaining from like the entire interaction A to Z working with your company, getting a renovation done?
I mean, you could talk about like like simple communication or like good communication and service.
Okay, I would say like that's not necessarily something that they're gaining, as a
Yeah, that
person.
is true.
So like, okay, fine, let's just start with these 3, and then like, what about pain points? Like, what are they like? What kind of pain points would they theoretically have that they're not going to have by working with you? So let's just say like, like a job not done correctly. Um, that's a big pain point. Like imagine getting a job. That's why you were saying things like you were just saying right now. You were saying 40 years experience. That's what you just said, right? So why did you even say 40 years experience? The reason being is because you want to say something as 40 years experience to show that like, hey, this pain point is not going to be, a pain point. Like you're not going to have a job that's improperly done. Why? Because we have 40 years experience. So let's think about more of these, right? Like what other pain points are there at the end of the day? Like there's more. And I can tell you these are just the main ones, right? Like, so like, price, right? Like price slash cost of project. Like I have to pay for this shit, right? That's a pain point, which is why you said discounts. That's why you said that to me. And that's why you also said a coupon, cashback incentive, all this stuff. That's why you said that. Because the because of the pain point is the price of the project, right? So we need to define more pain points. What's another pain point, right?
I mean, I'm just not satisfied with their current house in terms of like, I don't know, just like the quality.
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, that's a good point, but that's more like I would say like happiness slash satisfaction. Also a pain point could be like you know let's think of, I mean, ultimately it's like, something's not working, right? Like, like the way it's structured is like, this sink's broken or some shit, or like, something's bad. So there could be more. There could be more. I mean, I don't want to sit and like brainstorm too much, but basically, if I could like structure an offer that like alleviates these problems for you and add these benefits to you, right? Then you'll be happy, right? And another pain point is also actually like the risk. So So it would be like, you know, financial risk slash physical risk of it not coming out properly. So, and if you can say something like, look, some other offers could be like, okay, if price is a problem, let's just isolate that pain point here, and let's just create a whole offer section about price. So we also said financing available. You can say like renovate your bathroom as low as $229 a month, right? That's why I tell you guys work with people that offer financing, because they can make that shit happen. Like a 25.
Every time I put financing in the ads, they always got rejected.
Oh, interesting. No, we run a lot of those, so that works. So figure that out. Check special ad category, try whatever, but make sure those are live. Those should be live. But anyway, so that's just an example, right? So these are all just like according to price. What is another thing? If you offered, let's just say, some kind of guarantee or like 4-year warranty or some shit, then what this does is it affirms the price. The price becomes less of a risky like jump because I know that I get more aftercare, and you know, it's not just going to end here, you know. So that's something you can do to alleviate that price as well. But like, you don't want to just go off price. You want to say, okay, like you basically want to say like you get like the luxury experience at a fraction of the cost, right? And then you can have, let's just say, another pain point was just like the let's just say we'll choose I guess job not done properly, right? Job not done properly. That's another pain point. You can create offers right off of that. You can create offers right off of that, and then once you do that, then you can yeah, you can just literally think out loud, job not done properly. So like what could you do to alleviate that, right? You could show like a carousel of before and afters with a happy client video testimonial, like an example. So it would be like an ad that would have, you know, slide 1, which would be like before, you know, slide 2 would be, let's just say, after, slide 3 would be, let's just say, video testimonial of clients, right? Like, and imagine you ran like these ads, you ran like 6 different versions, right? So you had like different before and after projects, different video testimonials from different clients, and you just ran different versions. That immediately through content will remove any job not done properly. And you can get this content either by shooting it with your clients, or you can get this content by just finding it online. Like there's tons of, you know, ways to get content online. You know, stock repositories, you know, license, you know, you can get licenses to specific videos and whatnot. Yeah, YouTube content, there's tons of ways to going about it, but you can create your own pieces of content that will alleviate that, as well as any you know, automations in the back end should also show it before and afters. So you just have to think about it. So in terms of your clients, like, you know, what do they want to see? Do they like, you know, it depends, right? Because each client is different. Like if a client comes in, they're like, look, I offer financing. Okay, cool. I can run that ad for you, right? If a client, most clients don't offer that. A lot of them don't. So like when they come in, you can say, okay, fine, let me run like, you know, an increase the value of your home, you know, ad where like we have the exact system and exact cost breakdown to increase your home by a minimum of 33% in the Cleveland area specifically, right? Like if you add this to your home, then your value goes up, right? Or let's just say you're in the California area or Los Angeles area where they have like a housing crisis, right? You know, they're actually paying, government's rebating right now 40 grand in rebates if you build something called an ADU, which is an accessory dwelling unit.
That's that's essentially like like another house on your property. It's a mini house, whether that's in your garage, in your attic, whether that's on your lawn or in your property. It's a shed in the back, however you want to do it. But it's essentially another house that you're adding to your neighborhood, and you earn rental income by having a tenant inside that accessory dwelling unit, right? And so the government will pay you 40, 50K rebate right now to build one of those in your house if you live in that area. So it's just about knowing where the client's from, what can we offer, what can they offer, and if there's gaps in what they're offering, like for example, I have clients that are also running like not even job not done properly and things like that. They're just doing like value add offers, right? Value add offers. They'll say, okay, look, do your kitchen plus basement equals get free bathroom. Like, so if they do those two, they'll get a free bathroom, or do this and get a free like glass shower, or like do this and get your like tile, get like new floors, like whatever, however, like those are called value add offers. So there's usually like, I'm sure you guys are aware of this because in the curriculum we talked about it, but there's risk reversals, value adds, and then there's discounts. These are the main core offers that work the best. Okay. From my knowledge, from my experience, these work the best. However, there's more to it. Like so you can think about things that align with these three, and run them. And ultimately you have to test. But, the reason I told you to be on Facebook, the ad library is because that's the best way that I find to discover, like, because here's the thing, if we're an ad library and let's just say we come across one ad that's just like awesome, right? So these guys are like, get $1,000 off a new roof, and they're showing a new roof, and they're running, this is all stock images. So I assume that Accurate Renovation is not a real company just based on what I'm seeing, but I'm going to click on them. And they could be, but still all of it's stock. This is all stock. You see, none of this is real footage. So none of that's real, which means these guys could be like just a page that's running ads, right? So you just have to kind of look through it and see which offers. Like this is an example of a picture of these are real pictures. Like you can see the difference. These are real projects with real pictures. So but you can just literally just spend your time going through this. Like I do this all the time. And you just want to save your ads, all the ones that are good. Just make sure that you're like trying those models, replicating them, but just really study the ad library. Like and that's okay. We typed in home renovation. We can type in like bathroom renovation now. You can do as many keywords as you want. We have 1,600 results for bathroom. So, and you can see, like sometimes they're just running, like it's crazy how many people are just running dumb stuff that just doesn't work. Which is, here we go. So this is an example of before and after ads. Bathroom restorations, okay. Construction company. Yeah, so there's some, what you want to find is you want to find the ones that are making popping offers. Here we go. Here's an offer. Hoffman Construction. $1,000 off. So a lot of people are doing this basic coupon shit. And I like how they have stars. I think that's a great idea, adding the stars. But yeah, you can do carousel, and you can try different stuff, but ultimately just try your own stuff as well. The beauty about running through your own ad accounts is that you don't need to actually rely whatsoever on
on any of your clients' stuff, and like you don't need to like get anything approved. You can just do it all your own. So yeah, so I mean, I would just do it like that. But really, before and afters are a good way to go about it. You can do before and after with financing, before and after with coupon, before and after with guarantee, before and after with discounts, before you know what I mean. So like before and after is a pretty standard thing to do with any remodeling. Like I like this type of ad. This is like probably my favorite one out of all of them that we're just seeing on the screen here. It's basically like it's not the nicest job, but it's just highlighting the washroom. It's very clear, just shows this tub area and the after. It's very simple, you know, and it just calls out homeowners get 50% off 1-day bathroom remodels. Okay, so quick, it's discounted, and this is called Queel Construction with 6 likes. So, I mean, 6 likes and using emojis and stuff like that, probably some kind of actual page, like just like an advertising page. Yeah, absolutely. 110 ads running right now from this page. So do you see how I found that? Like you can just kind of tell, like no page with like 3 to 6 likes is going to have like emojis and like before and afters, and like it's just not gonna happen, you know. So you can kind of do digging, but like yeah, your goal is to just find pages like these who pump out like these are all launched in April 2023. So these guys are probably pumping out a ton of content regularly in the States. So what you want to be doing is benchmarking these pages. So now you can write this one down and like just kind of spy on it, like set some time up, even like once a week. I would do it once every 2 days just to stay on top of the game, especially if you have a lot of clients in the niche. But ultimately, you should be really snooping around and really just testing your own stuff and coming up with